I know you think that you are making so much progress because you just had an incredible 5 hour planning session and all of your ideas are fleshed out and you have a list that's longer than a CVS receipt and you just feel so accomplished. But let me break this to you. Planning is not progress, and planning sometimes can help us stay stuck, overwhelmed, and can block our creative process. So today we are going to address it because I really want to help you move forward. Hello, my love. Welcome to Brand Confidence for Creatives. Are you feeling stuck in a cycle of overthinking, trying to build your brand? I'm Eugenia, but you can call me E. I'm a marketing and brand coach. I spent years stuck in the cycle of researching, hesitating, and hiding until I got clear on my voice and my message. In this podcast, I'll guide you through the strategies you need to get clear on what you want to say, build a personal brand that actually feels like you, and create consistent magnetic marketing. If you've ever thought, I know I have something to say, I just don't know how to say it, then you are in the right place. So grab your coffee and let's dive in. Okay, I am so excited because I've been working on this new coaching offer. I really see the vision of my business, the future of my business going more into coaching, meaning helping you unlock the things you want to create and bring into this world. And soon I'll be opening a few spots for this one-on-one coaching. And it's going to be at a super accessible rate because I really want to work on the framework, make sure that it's perfect, it's optimized, so you're really going to get the best bang for your buck. And it's perfect if you've been craving clarity, structure for your personal brand. If you really want to get over fear, past mistakes, I hear you, insecurity, you really have this message in your heart, you really want to reach people, and you just need a plan to move forward. Like you're done with excuses. You really want to just get going. And if this is you, these one-on-one sessions are going to be perfect for you because we are going to, yes, understand what's holding you back, but we are going to move forward. I'm a person that needs to move forward, especially now that I'm about to have a baby. I feel like I'm just like, okay, let's use the time that we have right now. So I am super excited to share this opportunity with you. I'm finishing all the details. I think it's going to be open in a few weeks. And I really am excited to have you, member of this podcast community, my favorite community, join the waitlist and be the first to know, have the best pricing, the best scheduling options. So go to eugeniawoo.com. That's eugeniawoo.com to join the waitlist, get first dibs, and the best pricing when it opens up. Look, I'm not a stranger to the creative process and the creative flow of wanting to make progress. We have this idea, we have a lot of little ideas, and we sit down, write everything in paper, and that's great. That's awesome. But then when we sit down and after we make a choice and make a plan, we feel like we already did it. Like we are stuck, we go into planning, and then some part of our brains already feels like we moved forward. So we close our laptops, we are done for the day, and we really do feel like we're making progress, only to be back in the planning seat a couple of weeks later because something isn't right, because we reread the plan and we're like, something doesn't feel right, or this plan is just overwhelming, or this is too much, or my idea changed, or I'm not really feeling confident anymore, or whatever other reason. And I say reason instead of excuse because creative brains do come with an influx of ideas, of options, and possibilities. And that's a beautiful thing that we have. And I don't want you to shame you into not being creative anymore and just blocking all your creativity. But this urge to plan is definitely holding you back and can be increasing overwhelm. That doesn't mean that I'm against planning. Absolutely not. We need to move forward. We need to make decisions. The thing I've realized is that change happens in the field. Change doesn't happen in our minds, hypothetically, where we are safe. And this is not a psychologically tested theory, but it has definitely been true for me, for my husband, who's also a creative, for so many creatives. I have friends and clients, and it is so true. We have a vision for what the future could look like, for what this message could do and change in the world, or this product, whatever we want to bring forward, we have that vision. And in our minds, it is the most amazing thing ever. Like right after the Bible, it is the best thing that's ever been produced. Like we are in love with our ideas, and rightfully so. I want you to have this conviction of, man, this idea is awesome. But what happens is that there's this vulnerability of putting the idea out there and risking the public, risking other people give you feedback of, no, your idea is not good, or no, we don't need that thing that you said we need, we actually don't need that, or just ignore you. Like that's a huge fear. Like, what if I launch this podcast and no one listens? Like, I'd rather be hated than ignored. I completely understand. So we stay in this mode of, I need to move forward. Like, I have this need to move forward to bring my vision to reality, but I don't want to go through the vulnerability, or I don't want to risk rejection, or I don't want to risk my idea, my baby, to be proven wrong, or my thesis, whatever it is. So we have this paradox, and planning seems to be the perfect place to put it to rest, because we quote unquote are moving forward, but we are not risking vulnerability. The thing is that we need to remember, this change, really this transformation, happens in the field. I don't doubt that your ideas are incredible, but what if your ideas are only the tip of the iceberg in the potential of what they could become? You now think that it's the most incredible thing ever, but you have only seen the beginning of the idea, the beginning of the vision. You have no idea of how big this could be, what you could do with this. And as much as I love having vision sessions and, thinking of all the possibilities, the reality is that a lot of it is going to be revealed as you take action, as you go in the field, as you test that some of your hypotheses are not going to be correct, or that some of your ideas were correct, but maybe they were not communicated in the right way. So that's why it's so important to get out, to start testing our message, to start putting ourselves out there and getting out of the paper and really into the field, really into the arena. Another problem with redoing plans constantly is that it shows a lack of confidence in ourselves. We don't trust, because we don't trust the person fully that we are today. In the future, we don't trust that version of ourselves that made that plan in the past. And let me break it down for you, if in case this is sounding too complicated. Today, we're making a plan from a place of doubt, which is normal, right? It's normal. This has never been done before. Like, you're trying something new. So there is, some uneasiness about it. But we are creating from a place of doubt, of not being sure. So then a few weeks later, when we come back to the plan, the person who made those plans is not someone you can rely on. Imagine you got a leak in your house, you hired a plumber, and the plumber was like, well, it could be this, or it could be that, or, maybe let me just take out all of your bathroom and see what's happening. Like, you wouldn't trust that plumber with anything they say, because they were really wishy-washy. So our work really needs to start with the confidence from the moment we are making those plans, not from a place of, I'm right, this is going to be amazing, this is going to be my big break, but from a place of, I trust that this vision today is the best that it can be. And I trust that I have been given this vision, and I have been given this idea and this purpose because I am the best person to carry it out. So that is the place of confidence I want you to plan from. So that way, when you look back to your plan, you feel like you can trust that version of yourself, even if that version of yourself is not the version that you are today. Maybe you've grown. Maybe you come to your plan a few months later and you see some things differently. You still need to trust that version of yourself, and you need to give yourself the opportunity to be wrong. Because that's why I didn't say, I trust that I'm right. Like, that's not the confidence where I want it to come from. Because you might be wrong in your planning, you might be wrong in your assumptions, but you trust yourself enough to move forward and pivot and make the right changes, even if you are wrong. That is the vote of confidence I want you to give to your present self as you plan, and to your past self as you review those plans so you can move forward. I know we have fear of failure. I know we have fear of rejection. That's normal. That's part of the experience of being human. So I'm not going to shame you for that. But when we have this fear of failing, of not being accepted, or our ideas not being accepted, we keep putting on our past selves all the responsibility to be right. Not to bring a vision forward, but to prove a point. And that's such a dangerous place, because that really brings in the pride, and pride doesn't let us be creative and really flow with the ideas the way they're coming to us. So how do we address this? How do we, quote unquote, fix this? How can we stop planning and actually start moving forward? We first need to cure your distractions. We need to take a diet of information. So once we have a vision, we know what we're going to do. Stop consuming more things and asking people for their thoughts, because that's going to make you even more confused, and it's going to make you doubt. Remember, we want to really reduce doubt in ourselves. We want to be anchored in our conviction. Then stop overthinking. I know easier said than done. I have ADHD. I am an anxious person. Well, I want to remove those labels, but I do have a tendency towards anxiety. So I understand. But you have control over your thoughts. You need to be mindful, and this could be a whole different episode, but you need to be mindful of what are the things that make you overthink. And when you are falling in that loop, how can you get out of there? That's as simple as, I'm going to go out for a walk. I'm going to do 10 jumping jacks. Well, I can't, because right now I'm very pregnant. But if I could, I would. I'm going to listen to my favorite song. That's something I can do, a song that's singable, so I can sing and I don't have to be worrying and overthinking things. Whatever you can do to stop the overthinking. And something I love is having quotes around you. I'm not a big affirmations person, but if you could have like one thing that anchors you, like an intention for a season, that's my favorite. Like, it really does make a difference. And that's related to point number 3. You need to increase confidence. So it's not only about stop with the overthinking, but also increasing the confidence in yourself. So once you make a plan, stick to it for 30 days. And I really want to give you this phrase. This became like a mantra for like 6 months for me. And it said, I'm gonna give it to you in Spanish first, because that's how I wrote it. And the phrase was, me entrego el permiso de equivocarme. So I give myself the permission to be wrong. And it was every single day. I had that in a Post-it note right in my, like, on my computer. Every day I was reading, I give myself the permission of being wrong. Give myself permission of being wrong. That allowed me to lower the stress, to increase my confidence. And now, because I stuck with the choices I made, I trust the choices I am making now, even if to some people they're not the right choices, because not everyone's going to agree. So having whatever type of reminder that you can have to increase your confidence in the moment. Again, confidence doesn't mean I am right. Confidence in this scenario means I could be wrong, but I trust myself enough. I trust myself to be resilient enough, to be creative enough, to figure this out. If I'm wrong, if no one listens, I know I'm the right person to carry through with this. Whatever you need to do to build up that confidence, whether it's through journaling, the sticky notes, music, that is what you need to surround yourself with. So let your next plan be the last one for the next 30 days and stop the overthinking, quiet those thoughts, and build your confidence muscle. Not in that you're right, but that you're going to be okay even if you're wrong. That you are going to be so fine. That even being wrong, it's part of the process. I'm super excited for you. I want to see those plans coming to life. Bring them to coaching for real. Go to eugeniawu.com, sign up for the waitlist. Let's talk about those plans in coaching. If you already come with an idea of what you want to do, like we can move so much faster. So that would be awesome. So I can't wait to see you back here for another episode very soon. Take care. I'm proud of you. Un beso. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you loved it, don't keep it to yourself. Send it to a friend who's also trying to grow their brand without losing themselves in the process. Remember that sharing is caring. Real talk, I used to overthink every post too. So if this episode gave you a little aha moment, just know you are not behind. You are building something real. See you back here soon for the next episode. Un beso.